All right, guys, what is going on? As you can tell, we have a special happy birthday episode to my gorgeous wife, Bronte. You guys all know her from my main channel videos. If you're only a podcast viewer, you probably don't know her. She has followed me to every race we've been to for the most part. She just keeps getting in the car with me every time I go to leave. Today is her 18th birthday, so we're very excited.
It's not even my birthday yet. It's on the 16th. But
Well,
this will be up.
This will be up on your birthday.
On my birthday.
Yeah, it's filmed
So it's
beforehand. But
and
today's
I'm not
episode
18.
Yeah, she's not 18. That'd be bad for me. Yeah. But today's episode, we just wanted to sit down with Bronte and talk to her about some stuff. But sorry.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I got a little tickle in my throat.
A lot of pollen out here.
Yeah, I wanted to tell everyone there is still going to be a weekly episode with a car guy, I want to say. We have a few lined up, so this is just a bonus episode more than it is like a in-feed episode, I guess you could say. But this is a fun bonus with the wife for her birthday. So,
What are we going to talk about?
Yeah, where do we start? So, the episode that hasn't come out yet, me and Whitty and everybody, we talked a lot about travel. And I know that's me and Whitty and Fred talked a lot about travel. And I know that's a big one for you.
In what sense?
Are we allowed to only book trips based on cars?
No, right? That's the right response? No.
I don't think there's a right response. I think there's your response or my response.
I think all the traveling that we do right now is car related. And I think right? Would you agree? Yes. Okay, last summer we went to Montauk, which is where we grew up. And that was like a vacation. But other than that, every trip that we go on is car related. And I think we need to do other trips that aren't car related. Like trips for us, not for work. Because it is work in the end of the day. That's a good point. It's work. It's not a vacation. It's a work trip.
Yeah, but nobody wants to go sit on a beach.
I do. What if I do?
Well, I don't know. It's crazy.
We have to compromise. What if I was like, I don't love being at the racetrack, even though I do. Like, I enjoy it. But would I rather be on a beach? Yeah. So, like, we have to do those things for each other.
Yes, and we definitely do those for each other. I mean, I was dragged on our honeymoon, kicking and screaming.
No, you weren't.
I was reluctant.
We had a great time. We literally, I didn't plan this. I didn't like plan everything, but one of the things I was like, because I know Cooper doesn't like just sitting on the beach. He's very antsy and has to be like always doing something. So I was like, we'll do something fun, like not just sitting by the pool or the beach. And we went ATVing around the whole island, and that was so fun, and swam with pigs.
I'm sorry. It's going to transfer noise.
And we swam with pigs and did all that fun stuff. So, like, we can go on a vacation and do fun stuff, but also sit on the beach. Like, it has to be a balance between us two, for each other.
Yeah, I get that. I definitely understand. I'm definitely I'm a stubborn person when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm very aware of that.
The Bahamas was definitely maybe if like
that
somebody
was a
like
great
sedated
vacation.
Maybe if somebody like sedated me though, like a little bit of like drugs of some kind, like
Cooper,
without me noticing.
We had a great time.
You could have just like sat me on a beach chair and yeah, water. Like I was drugged up. Sorry, this isn't what you want to talk about.
No, so, it's just you're being
where were you born?
Why are you being negative?
Where'd you come from? Where were you born? Tell us about your background.
I was born on Long Island, New York. I grew up in East Hampton. Well, I was born in New York City and then moved to Long Island. For that. Why?
East Hampton.
East Hampton. Bougie. Yes.
And you rode horses in East Hampton.
When I was younger.
So
yes.
Bougie, and your dad lived in the city and commuted. That's the most Hampton girl thing ever.
I know. Really?
Like,
That's
it's
so
the
true.
most Hampton girl thing I've ever heard.
I know, yeah, no. Riding horses, like my dad worked in the city.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, I had a great childhood growing
Married
up.
like
I
a
can't
handsome,
complain.
poor, like beach fella.
No, we grew up both with great lives and great families, and we're brought up really well, and we're very fortunate, for
I'm
sure.
still being brought up at this point. I'm
Yeah.
still being groomed and raised.
By me now.
Yeah. It just was transferred.
Am I too close to the mic?
No, I think you're fine.
Okay. Hopefully I'm not too loud.
Yeah,
But,
guys, comment and tell her she sucks or whatever.
yeah. But that's where I grew up.
Okay,
Right?
so
A town over from you.
yeah, two. There's a town in between
Yeah.
us.
2 towns over from you.
Yeah, 2 towns away. Perfect distance.
Yes.
And then we went to high school together. So our middle schools are weird, where it's like 5 middle schools join into 1 high school.
Yes.
And then they put a bunch of these kids that don't know each other all together, and it's either like a fight or romance or all of the above.
We took the romance route.
Yeah, well, we took the fight also.
You
We
want
do
to tell
that.
them how we met? What you did?
Oh, I slid into her DMs on Facebook, and to this day, I'm still a diehard Facebook guy. And Bronte hates
I
it.
hate Facebook. That's
Just
funny.
like people will eventually be saying, just like your grandfather used to do, slide into her
Slide.
Facebook messages.
Slide into her DMs. It's
Yeah.
literally what he did.
Just
It's
what
so
Zuck
funny.
intended when he came out with it. He really,
To match people together?
that's really what he came out with it for, was to meet girls.
That's a good theory.
Because he was a nerdy guy, just like me, half
Yeah.
lizard.
Connect with people.
Exactly. And what did I do? Connected.
Yeah.
Connected everything.
These look very legit. I'm just looking at them. They
Do
look
they?
good. Yeah.
All right, then we're trying out a new thing. You'll notice in the Witty podcast, the one with Fred and Witty, the tables make a little bit of noise when you touch them. And I noticed that this helps a lot, where it helps mitigate the noise, because this is like,
Yeah.
yeah, you'll see it on other podcasts do the same thing.
Yeah.
But realistically, the best way to do it would be to mount it like on an arm here and have it come over. So then you could
Right.
slam the table and
Yeah. Nothing
it not
would
do
happen.
anything.
Yeah. Ooh, am I stumping you?
No, you getting behind the wheel of Chip.
I know. Everyone always says that, and I this is my answer every time. I'm like, racing competitively is not for me. It's not my thing. I have too much anxiety. I can't be strapped in the car in the lanes. I already get so anxious when I'm standing next to you when you're strapped. It makes me anxious that you're strapped in and can't move.
And I'm just baking.
Yes, and sometimes we're in the lanes for 45 minutes to an hour. I just could not do that with my anxiety. And I'm not it's just not my thing. I'm not interested in doing it. It's not my hobby. Do I want to drive Chip down the track just for fun on a test and tune? Yeah, I'll try it, but I'm never going to competitively race it. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I wouldn't expect you. I mean, maybe though, maybe once you make a couple passes, you're like, oh, because you have
Maybe.
more of a competitive sport history than I do.
Yeah, I do.
And even in your family,
Yeah, my dad's very competitive.
yeah, and sports
Mm-hmm.
person, but you played a lot of sports growing up where I didn't.
Yeah.
So I don't have that sports competitiveness that, that you often have.
Yeah, I feel
But you have a coach mentality sometimes with me.
Really? You think so?
I don't know, more of the on the sidelines, kind of coaching instead of actually in the game.
Yeah, yeah. I think also, I forget what I was going to say. I lost my
About
train of thought.
competitiveness.
Oh, I was going to say, I feel like you actually have gotten a little bit more competitive in drag racing than when you first started. I see a little bit of competitiveness coming out in you here and there. Yeah, you're not going to be throwing a chair if you lose a pass, but you do get a little frustrated sometimes, and I see it in your face, a little bit bummed.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the times I lose to myself, and that's what really makes me mad.
Yeah.
When I get beat fair and square, I'm not mad. But
Yeah.
when the car does something, or when I did something wrong, if I was slow on the tree, or if
Yeah.
something like that, and I lose to myself in a way,
Yeah.
that's when I'm really mad.
Yeah.
I'll throw a chair. I mean, that kind of sounds fun.
But you don't even
Little
get
fold-up
mad.
chair.
You just get almost quiet, and I just see it
I,
on your
sulk.
face that you're thinking and upset and just But more so like you sulk, but you're like thinking because you're like, what's next? What am I doing here? What's how do I fix this? How do I like
How do I
your
make that
brain's
not happen
already
again?
yeah, like your brain's already turning. I know you so well. Your brain, I see it on your face when we're at the track, and I like last night when you were just sitting there like you're just staring at the car, like trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Like that's your
night was a bad
competitiveness,
deal.
like coming out a little bit. Just comes out in a different way.
Yeah. No, it definitely gets competitive. Cars are crazy though because there's nothing else that challenges every aspect of something where it's like there's so many moving parts. There's no other sport that has that many.
I would argue that it doesn't test you physically.
Oh, it does.
Like your
you go
body?
sit in a hot car for 45 minutes.
Okay, yeah, but like into like your endurance and like running, like you're not like running, sprinting, where like a lot of sports
No,
do
it
that.
tests you mentally, but
Yeah.
also, I mean, it definitely like tests your physicalness a little bit. Like when, you know, the other day I had the transmission line issue and I was laying under the car for 30 minutes, 40
Yeah.
minutes. Like, I bet you I burned 1,000 calories doing that.
I know, yeah, yeah.
So
that's
some
true.
people it doesn't. Some people that are more prepared and
Yeah.
smarter and better at building cars, probably not.
You're pretty good.
I'm like, I said this on another podcast where I'm like, I'm just good enough at doing everything where I can kind of just do whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
You're
great
not like
at any.
excelling in anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of master of all trades or jack of all trades, master of none. Kind
like
of where I
that.
would point myself at,
Yeah, I like that.
which is a terrible way to be because I'm just not good enough at every single thing to not really excel in any one spot.
You excel in podcasting.
It seems like it till the camera
really
turns
good.
off or something like they always do.
Oh God, does it like beep if something happens?
I mean, the camera has turned off in a couple podcasts.
Yeah.
But the audio has not.
Yeah, it
So
all looks good.
we're
Looks
pretty
very
good there.
Professional.
So your experiences with social media, that is where you make your monies.
I do.
And we have a lot of debate on which social media platforms are good and the best. And
Yes. So I started doing like influencer stuff when I was in college and
what is influencer stuff?
like brand collabs. Like in college, I would get gifting and whatnot. I wasn't really getting paid at the time, but like gifting for things, which was fun for me.
So brands would send you items.
Yeah.
You would try them on, send them photos or post
Or
photos.
post on Instagram and like
then they
I would just
hopefully get some sales.
Yeah, and I mainly do like fashion and beauty stuff, and I started doing that in college, but I wasn't getting paid. And then I just kept working at it on Instagram really and just building my Instagram. And I don't have like a crazy amount of followers, but now I'm at the point in the last like 2 years, I would say, like I'm getting paid for it now, which has been
Plug your Instagram.
at Bronte Bogetti.
There you go.
Simple.
Plug the Instagram. You gotta plug the Instagram.
Yeah, now it's like a full-time job. And then I have a boutique as well that's, I don't know what I'm doing with that. I battle back and forth all the time,
Yeah.
so.
Well, I want to hear more about the influencer stuff. So for people that aren't really in this world, that a lot of people probably don't realize like what influencer stuff really is. So it's like,
You're trying to get tea from me?
I'm just curious, like how it all works. Like, do you have to find these contacts for a brand? Do you have to reach out to them? Do they reach out to you?
Both. Like some reach out to me and they'll email me and want to work together, or I'm always like DMing brands on Instagram and trying to get an email contact, and then I basically pitch myself to like create content. And I think something that's been really big for me in the space, because the fashion beauty influencer industry is so saturated, is like being a different size than like most women, and a lot of brands appreciate that, and it's something that you don't see often. So like I think that's been like really beneficial to me, which makes me happy because I'm confident in myself and happy in myself. So the fact that I can make money from that is really cool. But yeah, so I reach out and some reach out as well.
Yeah, and then you build up kind of a contact list. I
Yeah.
think you said it's a saturated industry, but I also think it's the biggest industry.
No, it is, but
for this kind
specifically
of
the
stuff.
fashion industry
Yeah,
for
but it's the
influencers.
biggest. So it's proportionally probably the same.
Yeah, that's a good point,
Like
actually.
the
yeah.
auto industry is pretty small. Like I, for the most part, know every single auto manufacturer.
I know that always like drives me nuts. I'm like, you're not like emailing brands. You're literally like calling up Doug. Like, you're not like emailing Motion Raceworks, hey, I'd love to work together. It's just like you're going over to Doug's house and talking to him. Like, it's so different.
Such a small
so
industry, and it's like very centralized to like my world where like, you know, going racing, like I rub elbows with these people all the time. Like I can go to the racetrack and like you might see the owner of a company that's a big company, but he's just there racing because that's what racing does. It brings people like that. But like the fashion industry isn't exactly the same, but it's way bigger. Yeah. Massively
And there
bigger.
are some brands though that I like know the owners and like talk to them similarly, but like some of the really well-known big brands that are like in the mall, like Urban Outfitters, PacSun, like those are two big brands that I work with. Like, I'm not talking to the owners. Like, I'm making a connection with someone who just works there.
They don't have like an owner. It's
I don't even know.
It's probably a conglomerate company that also owns freaking.
Yeah, but you also could, and I'm trying to help you with this for the podcast. Like, you can get sponsors like the Manscaped one you did, Celsius, like Liquid Death, like Spindrift.
Why do you keep plugging them?
Oh, sorry.
You keep plugging all these people that haven't paid us.
I know. I'm just saying. Well, like some of the brands that you like and
people that watch a lot of YouTube know that there's like 10 brands that all YouTubers pretty much advertise for. Right. It's these like 10 core brands.
Yeah, but that's similar in my field as well. Yeah. Like a lot of the girls I follow, they work with PacSun, Urban, Lulu's, like all these big brands. Like,
yeah, it's definitely the common space that there's just a few brands that put themselves into this position to hit the influencers hard. I mean, especially with like it's crazy because in the YouTube space, no matter if it's car content or video game stuff, they all pretty much have the same core sponsorships. Brand. Like you listen to a bunch of girls on YouTube and they probably
do
have
like
similar stuff.
AG1, like you do SeatGeek, like all those.
Hit me up, guys.
We need to stop saying
you keep plugging them.
I know.
I was being vague.
I know. Sorry.
I ain't giving people free publicity.
Editor, cut that out. AKA Cooper.
You already plugged Motion Raceworks. Shoot.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean they're over here on me. There.
Guys, also, this is empty.
There was candy in it.
Oh, really? That's where you held the candy?
There was candy in it.
Where'd you get this stuff?
Walmart.
Oh.
It was $1.
It's perfect.
And the hats.
I love it.
Yeah, so if people are just listening on Spotify or something, there's a gigantic happy birthday banner out here. And then also some tassels and a little happy birthday bag. I'm wearing a hat that says happy birthday.
So am I. No, this is more like a crown.
Okay, I'm wearing a crown. I call everything a hat.
You do.
I call everything a hat.
Everything a hat.
So, Bronte does this thing where she gets very, like, particular about her birthday. Whereas I'm, like, a very, like, if it passed and nobody even told me it was my birthday, I'm like, okay, cool. No one noticed. I didn't have to thank anybody for a happy birthday. Nobody wished me happy birthday. Like,
I know.
You know, I'm about to turn my phone off this year and just leave it in the cupboard.
And you know what's funny? When you said to me, you're like, I'm going to need 5 minutes. I was trying to have no expectations, but I was thinking, I was like, is he doing something? But then I was like, if he just told me to wait 5 minutes and I'm going to come out here and he was just like setting up the camera, I'm going to be pissed. So
wow. So wait, you came in prepared to be either mad or not. Like, I don't go into many situations with that mindset. That's a rare one.
Maybe it's a woman thing, but like.
I don't know.
Well, because you were like, give me 5 minutes. I got to set up. I'm like, what are you setting up for? Like, you always set up with your guests, just like. So you kind of led me on to think it was something. So if it wasn't, like, I was going to be pissed.
Well,
but anyways,
Good thing it was something.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. And that's, I care so much about my birthday. It's like the one thing a year that like, I'm like, I want to be treated special. It's my day. Like, I love when people wish me happy birthday. I just like my birthday. Yeah. So
when you guys meant a lot. When you guys are watching this, we will be at TX2K. It'll be about. These come out at 8 o'clock, so maybe you're watching this like in the morning. We've already had 2 fights by then because on your birthday at TX2K, you usually get a little
Yeah, I cried last year on my birthday.
Yeah, you get pretty snappy.
Well, it's just not my ideal birthday. Like last year, okay, please, like, let me say my feelings. Last year on my birthday, we waited in the line to get in for like 3 hours. We were sitting in line the morning on my birthday. Then once we got teched in and we were like free to do things, I was okay. But that drove me nuts. I was like, this is not what I want to be doing on my birthday. And then we ended up doing something which was nice.
Yeah, we went and got tacos.
Yeah, we went to Houston, to the city,
Went
and
to
like
the
did
mall,
stuff.
dirty ass Houston.
Yeah,
Worst city in America.
Well, that part also sucks too. It's like there's nothing
I don't know what to tell
exciting.
you. Houston's not great, and the other option is Baytown. And I don't think there's anything in Baytown worth bragging about.
I know, like, why can't this event be in like Dallas? Can I move this back?
Sure.
Like, why can't this event be in Dallas?
It might be next year. This
That'd be
is
cool.
the last year at Houston.
That I've heard is a really cool city.
Dallas. Yeah. It's like a good bit farther.
Yeah.
A few hours farther away.
That part will suck, but
It's already a pretty long drive for us.
yeah.
We were talking about that I was talking about that with Whitty and Fred, like where they could move it to. One of our other thoughts was potentially like, it would have to be a big track. Like they would want to move it to somewhere like NHRA level. So like maybe ZMAX in North Carolina.
That would be nice.
Maybe there's not like Houston
Like
Motorsports.
Gainesville.
Gainesville potentially could hold them. And then there's another one too in St. Louis. That one. And then they were also saying like maybe Vegas.
Let's hope it's not Vegas.
I know.
Because
That's
we will
a
never go to that
35
event.
hour drive.
I will not be going there.
You'll be flying in.
Yeah.
I'll be driving out.
By herself. No.
That'd be a tough one.
That would, yeah. I
But
don't
we'll
think
see
we
what
would go to
happens
that.
after this year. We'll see what they announce, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, we might not even be there.
I know.
We're talking about like that we're there right now, but we may be sitting on the couch and I may be crying watching live.
And I'll
on
be
Flow
crying
Racing.
because it's my birthday and you're crying.
I'm allowed to cry on your birthday.
Yeah.
I want equal presents. Do you have that with
I
your
have to get you
sister?
presents, too.
Where like your sister's birthday and you'd be like, they'd have to get you equal presents or else you'd get like sad and angry.
Well, we are close. Me and my sister are 2 days apart.
That's
so
true.
like, not really.
She kind of stole your birthday.
Yeah. We would like celebrate together, but
Yeah. Well, you also, another interesting fact about you is you have dual citizenship.
I do. We were just talking about this.
Yeah.
So my mom is British. She was born in England. So a few years ago, she applied for me and my sister to get British passports. And I was honestly like, why? That's like silly. Like, I don't need it. And now everyone I tell that to, they're like, oh, that's so cool. So like we were talking about before, if I wanted to move there and live there, is that all I needed? Or would I need to get like a visa as well?
I don't know. That's a good question.
know?
Can I get you deported?
No, because I have a U.S. passport as well.
Yeah, but what
I
if
have
like
both.
it disappeared?
No, because I live here. I have like, no, you couldn't get me deported.
I
But
mean,
what
if
I
anybody
need-
knows about this, I'd love to hear about it. I'm just making sure you're in frame.
But would I have to get anything else if I wanted to live there?
You would
is what
probably-
I'm curious about.
You would probably have to get a visa of some sort, and I know the taxes there are pretty rough.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know
nice.
the taxes there. I think it's the neighbors.
Oh.
I know the taxes there aren't that great. I've heard some people that do like the back and forth, like they come to U.S. just to work, and they can only stay here for like 100 days before they
Right.
have to pay taxes.
Yeah. So then they leave for a few weeks or months and
Yeah.
then come back. Yeah.
They just like do the hopping back and forth.
Yeah.
So who do you think is gonna be the mean parent?
Me. And it
Okay.
bothers me every day. Okay, here's the story.
Well, will you
No,
be the mean parent if it's a boy or a girl? Will that change things?
No.
I feel like if it's a girl, you'll definitely be the mean parent. But if it's a boy, you won't be. But I'm the opposite. If it's a boy, I'll be a little like tougher. But if it's a girl, I'll be like,
Maybe that's true.
I feel like that's a thing.
Like you'd be tougher with the boy, I'd be tougher
I
with the girl.
kind of see it with my parents a little bit. My dad was pretty tough on us, but he's pretty soft on my sisters.
Yeah, so they're the opposite. Oh, no. Oh,
That's what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
You kind of treat your sons in a different way. Like I would treat a son differently than I would treat a daughter.
Yeah, maybe. But our dogs, we have 3 girls dogs, Millie, Jess, and Luna, our little babies.
Yeah, triplets.
Yes. Anyways, please comment down below. When you let a dog out, it's for them to go to the bathroom. That is what they should be doing the first thing. You let them out, go get busy, go to the bathroom, and then you can run around, play, whatever. Cooper has started this habit with the girls that he goes out and he immediately starts playing with them, and they just don't even focus on going to the bathroom. It's like they associate going outside with just playtime. It's like they don't even think to go to the bathroom. And it just drives me nuts. I'm like, teach them right. Like, teach them to go to the bathroom, and then you can play with them.
I'm going to title this, Bronte Attacks Me Publicly for an Hour.
Yeah, I will. I'll freaking throw you under the bus and tell everyone your darkest secrets.
Yeah, do you want to tell them about my socks that have holes in them too?
Yeah, I'll tell them more than that.
Well, listen, when me and the dogs go outside, that's our private time where we like to party.
Yeah.
They want the ball thrown to them.
But exactly, you're the fun parent and I'm the strict one.
We chase the chickens around. It's a fun time. And then they come inside and they're a little dirty and mom has to clean their paws.
No, you do that.
They come in a little dirty though sometimes.
Yeah. No, but I'm definitely going to be the strict parent.
That's good to know. So I'll be the one that's like,
yeah, but it upsets me.
Don't tell mom.
Yeah, exactly. It upsets me because I feel like I'm always the bad one to the dogs. And it's like, then they favor you. No. Stop. You're going to make me upset on my birthday.
On your birthday.
We have to co-parent. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
We have to be on the same page about things.
Now,
and this is we're learning with the dogs.
I was hit with a wooden spoon every now and then by my Italian grandmother. Is that okay? Is it okay if a grandmother hits the kids?
No.
No?
No.
Not even just like a little bit?
No.
Okay. The wooden spoon definitely kept me in line. I used to do some bad stuff though. Like,
yeah, you were bad.
They would be like, "Where's Cooper?" They'd be like, "I think he's playing in the dump again." Like, I would just be like,
the trailer park dump.
Legitimately in the dumpster.
Doing what?
Finding things.
Oh my god.
It was like, well, they had a dump spot that was all just like large items. So it wasn't like food waste and stuff. It was like bicycle parts and lamps and stupid things like that, broken glass. And I would just go play with those things.
It? Oh my god.
Yeah, you just go find stuff.
Dumpster kid.
Yeah,
that's how I grew up. Park kid.
That's how I grew up, in a trailer park.
Okay, but this trailer park is literally called the Montauk Shores Condominium. Like, it is a beautiful trailer park. It's
yeah.
Not
did you see the one that just sold for $3.7 million, and it's an 800 square foot trailer?
Yeah. So just think about that. That's
2 bedroom, 1 bath on the water, $3.7 million.
What was that one that we saw the other day? Like 1.8 million? Like,
well, this was
insane.
the record one that just sold.
Holy crap.
3.7 on the water. Jesus. Yeah, so if you want to look it up, Montauk Shores Condominium, it's a
beautiful
some pretty
place.
Spicy real estate.
Yeah.
I grew up there and it was way different though.
Yeah, it's changed for sure.
Yeah, when we grew up there, it was like lawless. You used to just kind of like do whatever. When the street lights came on, you gotta head home.
Yeah, you spent more time there than I did.
Yeah, I grew up there.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
I used to play in the woods also.
That we would do when we were younger. We would go for walks in the wood.
Yeah.
In the woods when we were dating.
Yeah. I would
like
play in the
your
woods
house.
when I was like a kid though. My mom called the cops a couple times because we were just like gone.
She thought you were lost.
Well, she's just like, where are they?
Yeah.
We were just
thought
like
you were
in
lost.
the woods.
Like,
yeah, but she didn't even know we went in the woods.
You wouldn't tell her where you were going?
Not all the time. One time, like, it was...
Did you ever run away as a kid?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I did too.
I used to live in the woods. Does that surprise you?
No, it doesn't, you little wood monster.
Well, one wood monster. Wow, that's my porn name. Yep, find me on the hub.
Search wood monster.
I wouldn't do that. Not with children around, at least.
Oh, God.
Put it in private mode on your browser, at least.
Oh god, I'm crying.
Yeah, quick plug, I guess, for the other channel.
Stop, my eyes are gonna start burning.
So, who do you think is harder to live with, me or you? Like, if there was like a third person, that lived at our house.
Me.
Okay. Why?
Wait, my eyes are burning.
So your mascara?
Because I have a lot of clothes. I'm definitely messier. You probably do more things around the house, like cleaning wise, I guess I would say. But if someone, well, I guess if someone lived with you, they wouldn't be sleeping in your bed. Maybe they would be, but I don't think you've ever washed our sheets on your own. I do that. I do your laundry more, but like you do more things around the house that would benefit everyone, you know?
Like more of like a group?
Yeah.
More of like a team player?
Like you do the dishes, you sweep every morning, you vacuum more. I mop though more than you do.
Well, you mopped
But I think
recently
I would be.
because of our dogs being on their period and bleeding all
I've had
over
to
our hardwood floor. We have like
Tile.
white tile floors, and our dogs have been just gushing blood. Just
I know it
gobs
sounds
of
gross.
blood.
It sounds gross, but it's really not that bad. It's just like little drips, but we've tried to put diapers on them and they rip them off, or they don't. I ordered like extra large diapers once. They don't fit, like, so we just sort of like let it rip.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass.
for the
It's
10
fine
days.
until like you get up in the morning and you slip and fall in it. And then you're just like,
It's
"God
not.
damn
It's
it."
not like puddles. Like it's
No,
literally
it's
drips.
very, very small drips.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And it goes by really quick, and they're both happens at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's really not that bad. It sounds rough
Yeah.
when you break it down to somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe
but
it's me getting ready for having daughters.
daughters. Yeah.
Once we have twins.
Yeah. Cooper has this thing that we're gonna have twins someday. So you heard it here first.
Yes.
I don't know.
Someday we'll have twins. Well, I was a twin for a little while.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be a twin, and then the other one.
But it
I
usually
had to
trickles
off him.
down from your from your grandma or something.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it trickles down
Grandparents.
from
I
me.
don't know.
It could have happened. We could have been sitting here, two people interviewing you. I guess this is an interview. I don't know if I would call anything that I do an interview.
I know you don't like to say that, but you are a little. You're like you're conversational based interview.
I don't like the term interview.
I don't understand why.
I don't know, because it gives like a weird perception. Like, I don't want it to be like just feel like an interview, because if it was an interview, I feel like I shouldn't express my thoughts and opinion.
No, you definitely can.
But that's
Interact
not how an
with
interview
like the
really works.
conversation.
That's more of a conversation.
That's why you're like
with topics.
Yeah.
I'm more of a conversation with direction.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole interview thing just like
Yeah, but when you
Shy
have
away
your
from it.
people on, you're asking like them specific questions about things they do and like so that is kind of like interview style.
it's definitely closer to an interview than it is to not.
Yeah.
So, what do you want in your second husband? What are you gonna look for? Okay,
Not
let's
answer.
skip that one over. I just like, what kind
I
of
ain't
person
never
would
gonna
you?
have a second husband.
Well, what if, you know?
No, don't say that. I know what you're gonna say. Don't say that. I don't want to talk about that. Next subject.
Okay.
Because you're never gonna die. Our dogs are never gonna die, and that's it.
So, March 14th
Okay.
is steak and blowjob day, and I don't know if you do you observe it. That's what they call on a holiday. Do you observe that day?
How do I answer this? Well, I'm a vegetarian.
Okay.
But
No, you're
I'll-
supposed to cook steak for your significant other.
Oh, okay. Then I could observe it if you would like.
There's a big ass. There's 2 mosquitoes in here. How do they always get in here? We're in such a tight knit room.
My crown's falling off. Wait, you just
no.
asked me a question. Now you're changing the subject.
Oh well, you said you could.
Would you
observe
like
it.
to observe it this year?
Probably. Will
Okay.
we be in Texas or about to leave?
About to leave.
Okay. So
So how about a morning steak and eggs and the
yeah, it sounds. I mean, just so you guys know out there, just so all the men in the audience watching, because I know it's mostly men.
Well, it's gonna be after March 14th.
Well, darn it.
There you go.
Yeah,
You missed out.
man.
I'm not telling the people. Write it on Facebook.
Yeah, this is like good information that I need to get out. This is like I may need to like cut this and post it on Facebook as like breaking news.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Gentlemen in the audience, listen up. This one's out to you. It's like Carson.
Like a radio host.
Yeah. So where are we gonna go from here? Animals. You were anti-chicken.
I was. I did not want chickens at all. And it was a bad experience with the roosters. That was not enjoyable.
Yeah.
But now I love them.
I was gonna hit one of the roosters with a shovel because you didn't like it.
No, like the roosters would like run up to you and like get in your and it was different than like Rotini does, you know, because one of our chickens like comes up to you every
Like
time.
a dog.
But yeah, but you could tell like the roosters were going to be mean, and they were mean to all the other chickens. Oh my god, I was not having it. But now I love them.
Fan.
Yeah, I didn't want chickens though because I don't know, I'm not a bird girl. Like I don't hold them. I don't like, they still freak me out a little bit when they get a little bit close, but you're right, they're like dogs. And now I like them though because they provide us food.
About 6 eggs a day almost.
We haven't had to buy eggs in
No.
like the last 2 times we've gone to the grocery store.
Probably like 2 months almost.
No, we go to the grocery store more than that.
I
I
feel
think
like we
we had to
had-
buy it one time. But
'Cause you bought them one time because
Oh,
you
yeah.
thought that there was no eggs.
That's
So
why.
I was gone for
You're
sick
right.
week, and I get home and Bronte's like, Cooper, I don't
Wait,
know what
can
it
I-
is. Like,
can I explain?
sure.
So there's this whole thing of like chickens not laying eggs because of the food. Like
I
we were
need my
here.
tinfoil hat for that. My conspiracy hat.
Excuse me. So you were the one that told me that.
Yeah, I still need my conspiracy hat.
Yeah, so like whatever, that some chickens weren't laying eggs. This was like a thing going around. And when Cooper was gone, I would check the coop, and there was one gray chicken that was in there, and there was no eggs. And I was like, are they not laying eggs because Cooper's not here? Like I was feeding them and everything, but I was like, maybe
missed me?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they only lay eggs for certain people. I don't freaking know. Or I was like, is it the food? Because we got them a new food. Long story short, that one chicken that was in there every single day was laying on, what was it, 12 eggs?
14.
14.
Was laying
Eggs.
on top of 14 eggs. I was gone
And I
for 4
couldn't-
days.
And every time I looked in the coop, I could not see them. And I just like, Cooper goes in there and moves her, but I'm too scared to do that. So
She does squawk at me when I like
yeah.
when I
don't-
move her, but she's never mad about it. And then I just take the eggs and I'm like, I'm gonna eat your
know.
children.
But I'm too scared to do that, so I just didn't think to do it. And I was also hoping that she would leave one day, and like then I'd be able to go get them because
Well, that's
that happens.
also why I think you have to take the eggs because they'll protect them. So like,
Right,
they'll
yeah.
sit there and protect them instead of like going and eating.
Well, I think they keep them warm because they think they're gonna
yeah,
hatch.
they're trying to incubate them.
Yeah.
I got a buddy that,
That was
was
a funny
just telling
story,
me
though.
yesterday about how he's incubating a bunch of eggs to have some chickens, and he's trying to get like some fancy ones that are like all black and like some like really fancy ones that he's trying to like incubate to sell.
Wow. I
Yeah.
do want to get more though because like the eggs are great.
But we get a good amount of eggs. Like,
Yeah,
how
we
many
do.
more would we even need? Where we're just like at no point have we been like, oh, we don't have any eggs for breakfast.
Yeah.
It really hasn't happened.
Well, I've
Especially
been
like
enjoying making egg salad, which I use some of the eggs for, and then we're like a
especially
little bit
when
low.
we go for TX2K. We're gonna come home to a mass of eggs. It's gonna take us a while to catch back up.
Wait, what is that? 6 times? If we leave Tuesday, or let's say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, probably Monday, like 6 days, there's gonna be like 36 eggs.
That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna have to teach my mom and sister how to go get them.
They don't have to get them. I
Yeah.
mean, they don't go bad. Like, eggs can sit out for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
I think most people don't realize that. Like, my dad used to tell me because when him and my mom lived in the city, like, you would walk by like the grocery stores and the eggs would just be like on the street corner.
Yeah,
Like,
just
they
sitting
were
out
never inside.
in like a fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even most foreign countries,
Mm-hmm.
they don't put them in the fridge. Like, they're not in the refrigerated
Right.
section
Yeah.
at. Which
They
is
just,
weird
like,
that
sit
that's
out.
just an American thing. That we
wonder
refrigerate
why.
our eggs.
I know.
I don't know if it's like something of the incubation, like you don't want them to like hatch, so they started doing that.
Yeah, but they wouldn't
Oh, it's
hatch
raining.
because. Oh, is that?
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
Huh. We're gonna go to Tour of Destruction at the Freedom Factory.
Maybe it'll stop.
Sure, it'll eventually stop.
I'm
What
sure
rain
there
does.
it would still keep going. Maybe right.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So animals, we have chickens. You want to get some more of them.
Mm-hmm.
How many more would you even get? 3? 4? You have to buy them in 4-packs.
Yeah, so 4.
You get 4, you might get 1 rooster. I mean, that's what happened last time.
Did we have 2?
We had 8, and then we got 2 roosters, so.
Yeah, we had 2 roosters. We had to get rid of 2.
But that's what I mean. Like, if you get a 4-pack, 1's probably going to be a rooster.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened.
Yeah.
We had Sanders and Pepe. I don't even know what we named the one that we got rid of.
Yeah.
June?
No, I think it was Pepe.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's really raining.
Yeah, I know. I wonder how loud it is on the audio.
Yeah, that's what I was
It's
just
probably
thinking.
not that loud. The AC's louder than the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of rain. Chip's outside.
Oh, poor Chip. Always getting the boot outside.
I know, and there's room in the shop too. Like,
Yeah,
it didn't have to be outside at all.
That's so mean.
My straps are outside on the trailer, which I hate doing in the rain, but we actually really needed rain though. It's been so dry. Our yard hates it right now.
Yeah. Our grass has not been growing
No.
at all.
The mower's outside also.
Oh, that's probably not good.
That's fine.
Okay.
It wouldn't start anyways, so.
Okay. What else are we talking about?
Other animals. You wanted to get other things.
Oh.
You always look at goats. You look at cows, which, if you guys have seen our backyard, I don't think we're cow
fluffy
friendly.
Cows, though.
I don't know. I don't think we're cow
We'd be best
friendly.
friends with Jess. No, I know. We're definitely not. But goats, little goats would be cute. But I've heard they're like menaces. Like they'll jump on cars and chew wires. Like I've heard all that. I mean, ideally chickens, and I would love to breed one of our dogs. But
Yeah, but golden retrievers don't provide anything.
they provide us puppies.
You think that they're going to retrieve gold, and they never do.
Well, that's why our dogs aren't fixed, speaking of that, because I've always, like, gone back and forth about, like, possibly breeding them, and I've looked at, I always, like, I go through these modes, and I'll start to, like, look into it and do all this research and try and find a stud, and it's really hard, like, ones that, like, look similar to Millie and Jess, that have, like, the boxy head and, like, look really nice, they're like so far. Like there's one I think I found that was like in Utah or something, and like how do you plan that?
That's
like
a far one.
Yeah, and then you have to
Damn
plan
near across the country.
or you can buy their sperm actually, and they send it to you, they mail it to you, and then like you get the dogs like inseminated.
That's a tough one though. I don't know if I would trust it if it just came in a vial.
Right, I know. Like
What
how
if
do you
it's human?
Ew, Cooper.
How would you know?
Disgusting thought.
Okay, sorry.
Oh
What if
my
it's
God.
cat?
Okay, fine. Yeah, like yeah, exactly. That's just like. So I don't know. I don't know how I would do it. I'd have to find a male, or I've thought about buying a puppy
No.
and buying a male, and then but.
No, that's annoying because then when they are in heat, you have to like separate them all aggressively.
Yeah.
Because like the male would basically just chew through a wall.
Yeah.
To get to the female.
Yeah.
And that would just be a whole thing. But breeding dogs is it's hard on the dogs, and Jess isn't really that smart,
I know.
and Millie's so active. I would hate to do that to her.
I think she'd still be an active mama.
I don't know. She'd probably slow down. She'd probably be crazy.
I
She'd probably be aggressive.
I think also she probably would actually.
She seems like she'd be
protective,
like
yeah.
an aggressive mom.
Yeah, like how she gets in heat.
Yeah.
But I think it's like 5 or 6 is the oldest age that you like that it's like you're supposed to do it. Like after that you're not supposed to do it anymore. So
their fertile window is dwindling.
yeah, so they're 3. I mean, like if we did it, we have to do it like soon. And I really want to. I just like
You only get 2 years
so
left.
hard. I think.
Yeah. That's about right. Any older and they start to have problems. When we bred our dog growing up,
Yeah.
it became like allergic to itself and like all kinds of struggles and like couldn't handle feeding all the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was there, like they were all birthed on the floor,
Yeah.
and like I was probably, I don't know, 6 years old, and they handed me a stillborn one. And they were like, here. I was like,
Yeah.
this little 6-year-old kid. And there was
That's
2 stillborn
sad.
ones, and then there was a couple white labs, and they were both black labs.
Oh, that's cool.
And I remember picking up the white one. I was like, we had a pig, because it looked like a pig.
Really?
Yeah.
My little pink nose.
They look like pigs.
Yeah. Aw.
Yeah, and then we gave
know.
all those dogs away.
Yeah.
We didn't even keep them.
That's why I want to breed one of them, because Millie and Jess are the best dogs in the entire world. Like, I want to keep their bloodline going. Like, they're just so good. Like, they're the best dogs ever.
Yeah, they're a little dramatic. Jess is pretty dramatic.
We both said that at the same time.
Yeah, she is a dramatic ass
but
dog.
Millie's an independent queen. Like, she would be great.
A queen, you say, huh? Mm-hmm. She did wear a crown the other day.
She did.
What about tortoises?
No.
I feel like they need a little more respect.
No.
They are great animals.
They have been the most pain, probably, in the asses out of all the animals.
What? The chickens
We
are more
had
of a
to
pain.
separate them because they fight.
Yeah.
Which has
and-
been, yeah, remember in the beginning when Bowser would go into Henry's area and flip him?
Yeah,
Like,
but
that
once
was terrible.
once I put a wall up, once I built a wall,
He broke the wall a few times.
I have built a strong wall now.
You built the wall.
So Henry and Bowser are separated because male animals in the wild fight, just
Yeah,
like
that's
male
why-
animals in high school fight.
Yeah, like, I would not do that again. I would
Yeah.
not do that again.
Well, I think a little bit of respect should be put on the tortoises because they're great animals.
Yeah, they're cool. Like, they're different, and they're very
Yard dinosaurs.
They're easy when you have one, or just like, but the whole fighting thing was like not fun.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I feel like you're just being a little harsh because the yard dinosaurs are my friends. They're the only 2 males in the house, and you're just attacking them. Remember what you did with the last 2 males in the house?
What?
You made me find a sketchy guy on Craigslist and get rid of him. The Roosters.
Oh, the Roosters.
Yeah.
It's a woman's
Woman
powerhouse
only.
over here.
The tortoises have to stay outside.
That is so funny. Every animal is female besides our 2 tortoises.
The ones that you're like, meh.
I know. I'm like, they're pains in the ass,
Yeah.
just like you.
How do you think they feel about that? Being called that.
They know it probably.
They don't do anything wrong.
Bowser is a brute.
You moving that thing a lot.
I moved it twice.
I'm really fidgety
I
over
get
here.
comfortable. These chairs are uncomfortable. What's next? I don't.
Yeah,
I don't-
these chairs are uncomfortable. What do you think of the studio?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
What do you think it needs next?
I
Better
think
AC?
these wires need to go under.
Yeah,
It doesn't
needs-
look bad, but
I
like,
need longer wires to do that.
yeah,
I'm just gonna drill a hole and have them come out.
yeah.
Or just go
Otherwise,
all the way
I
around.
like it. It looks great. I love it.
Yeah, good deal.
It's great.
Glad to know.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to leave Florida to raise a family?
No. I
know
want to
you
raise a family
you
here.
used to say you wanted to raise a family in New York when we were in college. Mm-hmm. And I always used to.
Did I say that?
I feel like you used to.
Really? Maybe.
You thought that New York was a better place to raise a family.
Maybe like where we grew up.
Long Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of Long Island.
I mean, no, where we grew up.
Yeah.
Like where we grew up, I feel like is not typical Long Island.
The
Like,
Hamptons.
yeah.
But even like Southampton and West Hampton, a little meh.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Really just East Hampton, Amagansett,
Yeah.
Montauk Springs.
Springs.
Okay. So
But no, I want to raise a
very
family here.
narrow,
I don't want to
very
leave Florida.
narrow deal.
I don't ever want to leave Florida. I don't
Never.
think.
It's a little hot though.
I feel like if our time, like, if we were gonna try to live somewhere else, like, we should have done it like 2 years ago. You know, we should have
People
like.
move all the time.
I know, but like, where would we move to? Like,
don't
all
know.
of our family is here now.
I
My
never
dad's
moved as a kid, and I feel like I would have always wanted to live somewhere else. Like, I loved living where I lived, but like, I don't know. I feel like growing up and experiencing different things is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's why I feel like, but what we experienced different was moving to Florida and living here, and we would go back home, you know, like, this isn't the first place we've ever lived. Like, it's
No,
the second place we lived. So we did experience something else, but I feel like if we wanted to experience not Florida, a different state, we should have done that.
Yeah, for sure. We
we
grew
like
up
it
in an
here.
area where a lot of our friends and people that we know don't ever leave the area.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like super common, but
I know, I
it's very
wonder.
common where we're from,
Yeah.
where people just like
Stay there.
hunker down and they're like, this is where
And it's
my
like such a small
grandchildren are gonna
town.
live,
Yeah.
type of thing. Like they're
Yeah.
like, we ain't moving.
Yeah.
And it's a really small town, fishing village, a drinking village with a fishing problem.
Yeah, literally.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
And
I'm happy we got out of there and like experienced something different.
Because don't make it sound that bad. Like
No,
we got
but-
out of there like it was a prison.
I feel bad. No, it wasn't. But I feel bad for people who have never experienced something else. Because Montauk is great, but like there is more out there. And it is a very small town with select people, not much to do. So when you do get out of there, maybe some people are like, no, I like it better there. But other people are like, oh, wow, a mall isn't 2 hours away where I could live somewhere where things are nearby. Like there's a California Pizza Kitchen nearby. Like,
Not everybody wants that like
No, I
consumer
know.
bullshit.
yeah, no, not everyone wants that. But
I want to
Wha-
move
but
farther
it-
out of civilization.
but at least experience it.
Yeah.
Like I feel bad for people who never like tried. Like if you tried and you got back to Montauk, like okay, but
Yeah.
go like try something else.
I'd love to live more in the middle of nowhere.
I know, I don't want to live in the middle of nowhere.
But the problem is we were a lot more in the middle of nowhere. This house was probably 4 years ago. And now it's not.
Maybe not 4 years ago. We've been here for 4 years.
Okay, maybe 6 years ago. It was
don't know.
pretty empty. When I first came down to Bradenton to race, I was like, dang, there's nothing down here.
All I remember is like the exit that we would take, like
Nothing.
the 60. Yeah, and it was just like
There was nothing there.
empty
On
going.
State Road 64,
Yeah,
completely empty.
Yeah.
Like Lakewood Ranch is like a new thing.
yeah,
And now it's like the fastest growing community for all ages. That's
Yeah.
how they advertise it. For all ages. Like they don't want to make it sound like it's just boomers.
yeah. No, I really like it here, and I want to raise a family here and stay here. I don't see us moving anytime soon, especially with your parents coming down here soon. I think my mom and sister are here now. I think my dad will probably be here eventually. So
Oh, so you're just recruiting.
it all started with you. You moved down here, and then everyone started following.
When I got this house, you hadn't even seen it yet.
I know. I
You
just saw it on
you
FaceTime.
didn't see it for a while too.
Yeah.
Like I lived here
a
for
few months, not like
kind of a while though.
like 3 months, right?
for
Summer?
being in a
sorry.
long-term relationship, you didn't even see the house that I bought for 3 or 4 months
I know.
because
I
you were
really
away.
trusted you on that one.
Yeah, I really just like I don't know why. I feel like now you wouldn't trust me. Like if I
No,
had to
I
do the same
definitely
thing
wouldn't.
today,
Yeah.
you
no,
wouldn't
you're,
trust me at all.
You're so right.
But for some reason, you trusted me back then.
And you did such a good job. Like
Wow.
that is something like I will always be like applaud you on because you did great with this house. It's in the best area. I love our neighborhood. I feel so safe. Like I love our house.
Yep, I found
I've
it.
become
I
such a
found it
homebody.
on Zillow. I was the one that did all the legwork and
Mm-hmm.
looked at houses. Oh man, I looked at so many houses before I got this. I had like 3 different inspections done. I was going back and forth with people
Yeah.
in different areas. Clearwater at first, and I'm
I-
so glad we didn't
Oh
live in
my
Clearwater.
God, same.
Or
Remember
like
that
St.
one
Pete.
house we looked at
Yeah.
that was like
Tall. It had a nice
Mhm.
piece of property, and it was in like a little bit of a secluded spot.
Yeah, but the inside was weird.
it was a rough house.
Yeah.
Had a shop. And then we kind of made the decision to move to Bradenton instead.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had that 45-minute commute every day.
Yeah,
That was rough.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
yeah.
Put some miles on the
That's a
old
long
truck.
drive. Yeah.
And then you moved in and finally forced me to get a bed frame because I was just sleeping on a mattress on the floor. You brought Luna.
I did,
Yeah. Still questionable on that decision.
for sure. You were in on that when it happened. You knew it was happening, though. I didn't just surprise you with her.
Yeah, I mean, knowing it's going to happen, that's like you're about to crash your car. Like, you know it was going to happen. Why didn't you avoid it?
Oh
Like,
my God.
just
Should
because
have
I
avoided
I didn't get a vote. I knew it was going to happen, though.
No, we did talk about it.
I don't think I got a vote. I don't think I got to, like, check off on a ballot.
Oh, I didn't know how that's supposed to work.
I feel like that's how votes should be. I want to recount.
I want to revote.
I'd like a recount on the election. I'd like to see. Man, we kind of busted through everything. I also have building a business on here.
How long have we been going for?
56 minutes.
That's pretty good.
You want to talk about your struggles of building a business and what you learned right off the kick?
I feel like recently I've been going through the most struggles that like I did. Like when I opened my boutique, it kind of like took off fairly quickly and was like doing really, really well. And I opened it like 3 years ago, I think. And then the last year, the only thing I can think is like the economy, and I like rebranded. Maybe that was a mess up on doing the rebranding. I don't know. I think about that a lot often, but it just hasn't been doing as good as it once was, and I haven't really changed much besides the rebrand. So, I mean, that's been the hardest part, and I just don't know what to do with it because I want to have my own business, and it's not like it's not doing anything, but it's just, especially because I basically have like 2 jobs with the stuff that I do on Instagram and then my boutique, and like it's really hard to put 100% of energy into both things. Like, and I feel like you can relate to that on like both YouTube channels. Like you've been putting like 99% of your energy into the podcast, and then the channel like slacks a little bit, and that's where I've been right now.
I kind of think of them as like 2 waves.
Yeah.
And sometimes one goes down and the other one's peaking.
Yeah.
And then you hope that they're on 2 different like one's up and the other one's down at the same time.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they overlap in this peak where I'm like, oh, I'm filming a podcast, but I also have to like film a video like a minute and a half before the podcast starts.
Yeah.
And that's when it gets like tough when you have like 2 things kind of like
going on
double
at
booked.
once. Yeah.
Almost.
Well, that's how I like constantly feel. It's like I need to be doing something for both things. And like another hard thing is like I need help, but I don't have the money to hire someone to help me. Like maybe someone part-time, which I'm gonna like kind of look into, but like I need someone to help me with my boutique Instagram because like I'm really busy doing all of my other stuff, and like creatively and like mentally, like I can only put so much into both. So I just need like help. Like I know that I do. So.
Well, another interesting one. What would you kind of tell somebody if they were wanting to get into the influencer side of things?
I don't think anyone listening to this wants to get into it.
I mean, there's a lot of different levels of it though. Like it doesn't have to be like a women's fashion influencer. There's men out there that may be
that's true.
Doing a different industry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of industries.
Post consistently, like be yourself, like show your personality as well, because people love that.
Use all social media platforms, maybe.
Yeah, that's a tough thing too, because I
try to focus on all of them.
Like, I don't know. I almost wonder if it's better to just focus on one and put like 100% of your energy into one. Like that's what I've done on Instagram, and then like now I'm starting to post a little bit more on TikTok, but it's a lot to like post on every platform like every single day, TikTok multiple times a day, like, and be consistent like that. So I would just say to start, focus on one and just be really consistent, put a lot of energy into that, and just...
I always just worry because as algorithms change, sometimes they like screw over a business. And like we've all felt that, where like an algorithm shift may hurt our social media platforms. And my thoughts is like, but
it always gets better. Yeah. And that's what I've heard people say too. Like my views are down one day, but then like a week later they're back up.
But
like,
you wouldn't build your house on somebody else's property.
Yeah. That's why I like having my business. And why I don't want to give it up, because it's my thing. That's also hard with the influencer industry, is that it's not consistent. 1 month I could make $15,000. The other month I literally could make $0.
That's all entrepreneurship though.
Yeah, but...
Like, that's with everything, though. That's what, like, this podcast. 1 month I could have a huge whale of a guest on and do really good. And then the next month I may have some, like lower tier where they don't get like insane amount of views.
Yeah.
It's like that with even the other YouTube channel.
Yeah, but with like my store, it's at least pretty like not consistent, but like I know what works for my store, and like if I needed to like really push it, and like if I just started not getting brand collabs, like I would have energy to put more into my store, and I kind of know what I could do to like really, and I know what to do with my store. That's why I just need help doing it, but that's my thing that I have, and I can like somewhat control. Like this, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely no control over that, and you just kind of have to hope. You kind of have to just
hope the brand wants to work with you again. Hope a new brand comes along. Hope.
Yeah, you get that email where they're like, "Oh, we don't have it in the budget right now."
Yep, which I've gotten before.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common thing. You have to knock, like, it's like door-to-door sales. You have to knock on 300 doors.
Yeah, and then you have to follow up. I do that all the time. One brand can't work this month. Next month, April 1st. Hey. Do you have anything open this month? I'd love to work together, like literally.
I'd love to find like a manager for me.
Yeah.
Like somebody that can do the brand deal stuff, because I know for me, I don't have the energy to put into that stuff.
Yeah.
I have too much other creative work and editing work and car work, and like that's the tough part. Like for one of my YouTube videos, like it's hours worth of work to fix or work on a car.
Yeah.
Before you do any of the other stuff.
But that's exactly like, you know what your weakness is. I know what my weakness is. You know what you need help with. I know what I need help with as well. It's just like, I mean, yours is different because if you get a manager, you're not like paying for them. They just take a commission.
Yeah.
But mine, like if I like hire someone to like run my boutique social media and do content, I'm like paying someone. That'd
be great to have a manager. If anybody's out there and manages YouTube or social media guys.
Yeah, you do need that.
Doofus that can't read.
That has a hard time reading ads.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Some guy that can't read.
Yeah.
You know, I'll sit here and struggle through it. I'll sound out the words back to basics. I'll try my best.
Yeah, you got to work on that.
Reading or just
no,
being fluent.
Doing ad reads.
But the thing is, like, if you were like, tell me something off the cuff, I can do that fluently. I can talk, and you know, if I had to do that, no problem at all. Yeah. But then when you're like, hey, read this out loud,
no, you're lying.
No shot. That was like that was what scared me in school.
Yeah.
Somebody look at me to read out loud.
When they called on you in class,
I'd drop out.
Read the paragraph.
I would drop out. Like, I would think that. I'm like, if I get called on, I'm going to cause a scene and I'm going to get kicked out of class.
I'm just going to walk out.
Yeah. I'll just say I had diarrhea.
Just leave.
Yeah. I'll just get up and run out.
Yeah. No, like,
I don't know. I mean, it's...
You just got to work on it.
But public speaking, no issue.
I know.
It's not that. It's just, I can't read.
You have a little, like, not stutter, but, like, you pause a lot. Like, when you're ordering at a drive-thru. I'm pretty sure Garrett makes fun of you for this, too.
Garrett makes fun of me for a lot of things.
Because you go up to the drive-thru, you're like, hi,
because I'm always...
Can I get...
Yeah. It's like my brain is not, like, functioning when I have to order from a human.
Yeah.
But if I had to interact off the cuff or, like, just, like, randomly, like, in a normal setting, no problem.
Yeah.
But once you put me in front of like a drive-through or read a book to the class,
it's the drive-through for me.
Yeah, drive-throughs are tough. Can anybody relate to that? Drive-throughs really get you going.
We've talked about a lot of relatable stuff.
And then I either order too much or not enough, and that's one of the things I do at Chick-fil-A. I don't know if anybody else does this, but when you know you're gonna order like an excessive amount for one person, I say we. And then I make sure I get more than one drink so that they don't think that I'm sick.
At Chick-fil-A? Oh. We go I remember we're going up to the drive-thru, and you know Chick-fil-A, like when you're in the drive-thru and they have the people who walk up to you, so you're not
I hate this.
So you're not at the window. So there's no menu, and they just come up to you and they're like, "Hey, what can I get you?" And I think
that's rude.
Let me talk. What's rude?
That they don't have the menu.
Oh yes, but let me talk. So I'm gonna lose my train of thought. I think they might have one in their thing that you can ask for, but so I'm in, and you can look as well. I looked on my phone, I pulled up the Chick-fil-A menu to make sure I knew what I wanted. The person comes up.
I froze.
He froze like a stutter thing, has no idea.
I froze up
What
under
he
pressure.
wants. Sorry.
Yeah, it happens.
He has no idea what he wants. And he's like flustered, like ordering.
That 16-year-old child with acne, got me all thrown off.
That's mean. You had really bad acne when you were younger.
So then I can say it.
Okay, but
That's what Chick-fil-A usually has is like 14-year-old kids.
Stop. That's not. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say other things.
Kids.
Yeah, it is younger kids who order, which has kind of been like annoying because
Child
they've
labor.
messed up a few times. But anyways, you were like, we're so frustrated that they didn't have the menu. But I was like, you could have looked it up to know what you wanted.
I don't
and then
want
you didn't
to have to.
fluster.
I don't want to have to get on my phone in the drive-thru and look at the menu on my phone.
Yeah.
They should have them visible enough.
They could have menus in more spots.
Multiple
for sure.
menus. They do this every day. They literally have the line the same every day.
Yeah.
Add more menus.
Yeah. No, it's true, but it was just
They
really
added like
funny.
a whole giant drive-through thing. No menus.
Mm-hmm. No, I know.
Doesn't
But
make
it
any
was just-
sense.
It was so funny.
There's no like marketing either though, because you would think like, oh, we're doing this. Like, if they put the menu, you would order more.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah. You'd have different options right in front of you. Where
Yeah,
you'd
like
order.
if there was a menu that said like chocolate chip cookie or milkshake, like there's a good chance you'd order one of those.
I don't know. Maybe they just assume like people that come to Chick-fil-A are like regulars and they know what they'd want already. But
Just
I don't
everybody
think,
there, not your first time.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure they have menus in their pockets, like little ones. We'll have to ask next time.
They
That was
often
funny,
do. They
though.
have the little laminated menu. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's still
That was funny though.
a little frustrating. Mm-hmm. All right, what do you think? Should we wrap this up? Go to Tour of Destruction? Go watch somebody in a school bus hit Jack Stan Jimmy?
Probably. Amber texted me. I should see what she said.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want to go watch, well, I don't know. This comes out after, so hopefully everybody's okay.
Mm-hmm. Go watch some cool stuff happen. Sounds like the rain stopped too.
Yeah,
So.
the rain definitely stopped. This was a fun hour of us bullshitting. Let us
Yeah,
know if you
hopefully you
guys
guys
like
enjoyed
this,
it.
if we should do more of them. If me and Bronte should do like another maybe like bi-weekly episode on top of what I normally do. Because we were talking about that a little bit where like me and Bronte could do like an internal episode. And then on top of that, I will still continue to do one episode a week with like
Yeah.
a guest.
Or maybe bi-weekly.
Or
like,
yeah, something like that. Like,
Yeah, we
where
could
we
do
have our
something.
own kind of show. Because
Yep.
that could be fun. I don't know. I don't know if anybody has any interest in this.
Also, you guys should let us know. We've said this a lot, I feel like, comment down below, but how would you guys like if I interviewed Cooper
Do
for
you
an
think you have the
episode?
chops for it to interview me?
I think so.
I got interviewed the other day.
I mean, okay, you did.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you didn't have that many questions for me, and we like talked for a long time. So I feel like if I have like 10 good questions or something, we could get some good stuff out of you.
Talkative guy.
Yeah.
I
So
have,
let us.
I have
let me
written
know.
on here too, Bronte, and then I also have get gifts on here. I don't know why I
Aw.
wrote that.
It's my birthday.
Hate to forget. Good thing you wrote that down, Cooper.
Past Cooper was thinking for the future.
You're on it. I wrote it March 10th, 6:30.
That's today.
No, that was the last time I added something. It
Oh.
just tells you when you've updated
It's like
it.
you wrote it right before we came out here. Oh,
I am pretty
God.
off the cuff, though.
I know
so.
you are.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Follow Bronte on TikTok, Instagram.
Or follow us on the Bogetti Bunch on TikTok. That's more fun.
Yeah, that's where live action happens. But thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next time.